Good morning. It's the 12th of February, 2026, and I'm Reg Knight. Lots of things going on at Capitol Hill yesterday. I got a grocery list, but they're not categorized in the importance or alphabetical order. Well, let's start with some good news is that six GOP congressmen voted across the aisle with Democrats to repeal Canadian tariffs. This is in a direct rebuke to Donald Trump, who had stated if they voted against his tariffs, that he was going to make sure they did not gain re-election come November. With his popularity hovering at 29%, I don't really think that's going to be an issue. Now, on the negative side is that they also did pass the SAVE Act, 217 to 213. The SAVE Act is going to severely hamstring women in regards to voting, particularly women who have changed their names when they got married. It now heads to the Senate where it faces an uncertain future. Now, there is a possibility that we could gain the majority back in the House before the midterms. Why? Well, another GOP congressman has told Mike Johnson that he is going to retire before the end of his term, possibly by next week. Neil Dunn of Florida has said that he will not serve the rest of his term out. So that will be an open seat, and it won't be filled until they hold another special election. And there is a special election in March to fill Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat. Right now, it looks promising that Democrats can fill that seat. And if that's the case, then the Democrats and Republicans in the House will be at a stalemate. Stay tuned. ICE is leaving Minnesota effective immediately. DHS put out a presser saying that they're removing their presence from ICE. I suspect that because of the backlash and public furor from the unaliving of two American citizens prompted this move. ICE will be redistributed and reassigned throughout the other parts of the U.S., but right now, it looks good for Minnesota. So well done, guys. Now, the tasty bit that I was saving for last. This is my dessert. Pam Bondi was up on Capitol Hill testifying before the House Judiciary Committee. And she got the political ass whooping that she requires and has needed for some time. Congressman Jasmine Crockett took off her earrings and her shoes, and she put her foot square in her you-know-what. Said that she don't know how she got a law degree and how in the world could she possibly be the top lawyer in the United States, Attorney General, when she doesn't even know how to behave as a witness. That witnesses answer questions, they don't pose questions, they don't talk about what happened in previous administrations, and don't talk about the stock market. But the biggest takeaway from all this is that she was hammered on the way that she has treated these Epstein files. As you probably know, that these files were supposed to be released in their entirety by December 19th. But as of this video, 3 million have been released, and some of them are still heavily redacted. And as the law was passed, they're supposed to be unedited, unredacted for Congress to take a look at it and make the appropriate actions. Pam Bondi also perjured herself before Congress yesterday when asked questions about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein's relationship. It is highly probable nothing will be done about it right now. But once again, if the Democrats regain the majority in the House, I have a sneaking suspicion that Pam Bondi will be back in those hallowed halls, not as a witness, but as a defendant. So stay tuned, folks. There's a lot of things happening. Last thing, I know it's a long video, but I told you about all those detention facilities that the Trump administration is building. But there is a biblical scripture that talked about a man who had a whole bunch of stuff, and his barns were overflowing. And he said, you know what? I am going to build bigger barns. But then God told him, why are you doing that? Because your soul is required tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the soul of the GOP may not be required tonight, but it's coming, folks. Trust me, it's coming. It's the 12th of February, 2026, and I'm Reg Knight. Have a good day.